everyone, how's it going? We're going to play some Tales of the Arthurian Knights. I need to just rearrange the cameras though. Rach wasn't here for orientation, so I had to guess where Rach's head was going to be. I was quite close.
And my shoulder is
Yeah,
by
you
you.
got to bring that shoulder in. There you go. That kind of works. Hi everyone. Welcome to some story time from Tales of the Arthurian Knights. Hopefully we're coming through okay. Let us know that it's all working and that you can hear us. Maybe I'm a bit quiet. But unfortunately, to change anything about anything, I need to go into this screen of darkness. Let's turn it up a little bit there. That should be alright. Hi James. You alright? So, this is a re-implementation, a new kind of, not a new edition, but it's based on Tales of the Arabian Nights. Great big storybook game, going around having adventures, competitive, all that stuff. This is competitive or cooperative or solo. The cooperative and solo mode is basically there's a pool of destiny, which is the points, and we need to empty that by the end of the game. There is a fixed length. There are 12 rounds to the game, no matter what. You can optionally add in grand quests. I haven't done that for this, which keep it pure and story based. There is a great big book of adventures that's, I don't know, for how hefty it is, surprisingly light. There are tons and tons of paragraphs and chapters in this. If you're familiar with Tales of the Arabian Nights or maybe Agents of Smersh, which took that system and made it cooperative and James Bond parody, it works off that kind of thing, but it's simplified how you choose an encounter. It's not like the old days where it's like, go to this card and then choose a reaction from this table. You will get taken to a page where you will be read a story. You will make a choice. That will take you to a different bit of the different branch of that story, and then you will probably make a test and see if you succeed at that or not. We shouldn't need the mouse for now. Get that out of the way. And Marty is enjoying he's enjoying the chair downstairs. Although he was here a bit ago. A 4 o'clock stream, he's guaranteed to be on the table. I don't think he'll come and visit us now. Maybe he will as it gets to like tea time.
Maybe.
It's late stream. I think we're pretty much ready to start. Although Rach isn't, because she needs to have some skills.
Oh.
You need to just grab 6 of your starting skills range and choose 3 of them. And then the rest just go on your starting bits. Shall I have the first go? Or Rach will need to read if I have the first go. But I'll show you the player board. So I am Sir Percival. The characters, the different pictures and colours and stuff to choose from, but the characters are the same. You've got some recommended stats that you can start with on the back, but it's just having level 1 in 3 different things. At some point you'll be asked to check for that. It will help you with skill checks. So Percival is cunning, has some nature law and some diplomacy. The rest of the skills are at level 0. Basically, if you get tested for those things, you'll get +1 to that test if you've got the right skill. So on your turn, you pass the book to the player on your left. For playthrough purposes, we're going to have the book over there so Rach can show it on the fancy camera that hopefully will work. There is a little bit where the person hearing the story isn't supposed to look. So we're just going to have to not look when it's our story. Because you're not supposed to know if you succeeded or not. You're supposed to just read the story and you will discover through the story whether you've succeeded or not at the test. So Book of Tales gets passed. Then status phase, we will get various statuses through the story. Accompanied is a bad example. Say if you're accursed, you will get it. You'll put a status token on that. Statuses, unlike in Arabian Nights, are temporary in this. You don't have to go and like find a person that's going to get rid of that. They will tick down and only last so long, the bad things. And the good things as well. So I've got no statuses right now. So go to the movement phase. We start out in Camelot. And I do have a starting quest. Mine is French Delegation. You have been chosen by the king to deliver a missive of great importance to the princes of Benwick. So I had to put my quest marker in Benwick, which is in Brittany, over there. We're in Camelot, over there. And as an encounter, when I reach Benwick, I have a standard encounter. That's just drawing from the deck, having something in the book. And afterwards, the princes receive your message, and I get some bonus rewards and stuff, and then we can start having proper quests after that, can't we? Do you need to put a quest marker for yours as well, Rach?
Yeah, so I've got Relics of St. Tathan. You've been asked to deliver the bones of St. Tathan to a secure stronghold in the north. Put your quest marker in Joyous Guard in Logres.
Joyous, there it is.
That's where I'm going.
So, I've got my movement phase.
Are you first player then?
Yeah, I'll be first.
You need this little Merlin.
Your movement is up to your limit as shown on the track. As you gain renown, any kind of renown, the furthest along it is the amount of movement points you can have. You can move along almost any of these lines, apart from the special fancy lines that take you to these places of power. You can only move along them if you've got a card for that place. So I might as well just make my way over here then. What's the fastest way with 3 movements? I can start to go over here. I can only get onto the sea here and here. So I suppose I will go 1, 2, 3. So these numbers can signify the difficulty of the encounter you might have there as well. So I am over here on the sea. Then we have the encounter phase. So you have a standard or a special encounter. The special ones you will have if you're at the place and you've got a location of that place. Like maybe there's like you can have grand quests on that are something we can collectively do to try and get rewards. But generally, you will be drawing an encounter from this deck of cards, and it's either going to be a person or a place. So if it's a person, I found a hermit. What kind of hermit is it? There is another deck as well as the encounter deck, the feature deck. So I draw the top card of that, and I have found a wandering hermit. Sounds about right. So the combination of the 2 cards gives you the code that you need to find in the book, and that's going to be my adventure. So you're the bookkeeper for this game, Rach.
For the whole game?
Well, yeah, the camera's only on there. I've designated an enormous space for you over there.
Don't peep.
I can't see over there. Hi, Matt. How's it going? It's story time with Rach. It's back.
Oh, I'm just admiring all the great knights that are in the chat right now. 1601.
Have you got it, Rach?
Yeah.
So you just have to position the book so that the camera can see it. I can move the camera up or down if we really need to.
Well, if we need to go any lower than that, then yeah, we will.
I can move it about.
That's fine. You come upon a camp and discover a lone woman gathering up her belongings. She introduces herself as Madeline, a spiritual hermit who dwells in the wilderness. She confesses that she cannot settle in one place for long. Reese, a man I've known since I was a girl, hunts me. He wants me to rejoin his band of rogues, who took me in as an orphan and raised me as one of their own. He's threatened to ruin my life if I don't return. Madeline stops to wipe a tear from her eye. I've done terrible things. I've hurt people, stolen from them, and even worse besides. I'm trying to atone for my sins, but if my past becomes known, it could destroy everything I've worked toward. So your options, Sir Percival, are you can compel Reese to leave Madeline alone, or you can compel Madeline to answer for her crimes.
Well, I'm cunning. I've got nature law and diplomacy.
I didn't know you took cunning.
Have you got cunning as well? It doesn't matter. We're not going to have the same encounters.
No, I know.
I am going to compel Reese to leave Madeline alone.
Okay.
It's 12:51.
12:51.
Just a bit where now I can't look, even though both of these screens that I can look at, both of these screens I can look at have the book on them right now.
We can trust that we're not going to make choices based on that.
Yeah. It's just because, and we have we played this at GridCon, and it is cool that you don't at some point you'll be asked to make a choice or roll a die, and the person reading the book doesn't tell you you won or you lost. They read the passage out, and you'll soon realise if you've won or lost.
I admire your bravery, you say. I will discourage Reese from vexing you further. The hermit seems both grateful and apprehensive. Please do not harm him, she pleads. That would undo all that I achieved thus far. You may use mounted to threaten Reese, or you may use nature law to set a trap for him.
Nature law. I have nature law, so we'll use that. I've got... Well, you've got all of the skills, but we've got 0 in everything down here. I've got 1 in nature law, so generally I think that will add 1 to my die. I'm just wary of those noises, that the camera's okay. There was some clicking. The camera is precariously fastened.
She does sound like a witch. But maybe a nice witch.
So we're setting a trap for Reese. We're going to use nature law.
Okay, so you have to do a roll, don't you?
Yeah, but I think it'll tell you what kind of... If I need to do a...
Well, what's your nature law altogether?
1. And then you add it to the die. 4. It's just
What's
a D6.
What's the location number?
Location number is 2.
Okay, so that's fine. Sometimes you have like a number and then you have to add the location number. This isn't the right one, by the way.
So Rach has told us whether I've succeeded or not.
I thought you had to know. Oh, okay. Oh well, I forgot everyone.
Look,
I was just explaining for.
I didn't know whether to like just zoom in on the
purposes.
camera and leave the book off, or just show the book, because the book spoils whether you've succeeded or not. But just so you can see it, you're not going to see all
I
of
was
the
just
bits.
sharing it with everybody that is what you have to do.
So I'm great. I've succeeded.
Madeline tells you that Reese has been spotted nearby, so you set a snare on the main path and hide until he arrives. Your snare is elaborate and Reese is hoisted upside down into the air. You and Madeline approach him and he spits curses at you both. "What is the meaning of this, woman?" he shouts, to which she responds, "No matter how many times you ask, I shall never return to you." Before he can holler again, you grab the upended fellow and draw his face close to yours. "I could slay you without effort, but the prayers of this lady have spared your life. If you ever speak foul of her, no entreaty will stay my hand. Is that understood?" Reese gulps and accepts defeat as you cut the rope and drop him to the ground. He trudges away crestfallen. You turn to Madeline. "What are your plans?" you ask, to which she responds, "I'm inspired by your compassion, good night. Let me join your cause, for I would see the world and help all those whom you meet." You smile as she takes your hand, and you feel your spirit lightened by her presence. Gain destiny equal to your location.
So I've got 2 destiny.
You get a wilderness skill of your choice,
So
which is green.
that's any of the green skills. So I can up nature law, where I can get level 1 in hunting or endure hardship. I think I'm going to increase nature law, because one of the things we can be thinking about is at the end of age 1, which is after 4 rounds, we're in the golden age of Camelot right now. At the end of that, we should have read an entry to start the whole thing off, shouldn't we?
No, we didn't.
We'll do it in a sec. I forgot that. There's going to be points. So you gain destiny equal to the highest skill rank or rank of renown. So maybe it'd be worth really focusing in on 1 at the end.
Okay, you also get 1 rank of divinity or romance.
So these are the renowns. I am going to go romance.
And you become accompanied and place a piety skill marker on top of the accompanied status card.
So I've been accompanied by Madeline the Wandering Hermit. And she's got piety.
Yep.
So this is just like an unused bag. And this is that special status card that doesn't wear off. Where you... I think until it tells you otherwise, you're followed by that person. So I haven't got a level in that, but I kind of have while she's around. Okay, so I am now accompanied by Madeline. Is that everything?
Yeah.
So now, 1 turn in, let's read the opening to the story.
Rewind.
I forgot there was an opening. It's been a month since GridCon, strangely.
Is it in here?
Yeah, 1,000, I think it's the very first entry. It's only a little bit.
Okay, well, I didn't want to push the paper down. King Arthur Pendragon, the lord of 100 kings spanning Logres, Scotland, Ireland, and Brittany, stands at the head of the round table. My noble lords and ladies, he says after a pause of admiration, I challenge you to go forth and ride until you have found adventure befitting your legend. For all that surrounds us, this castle, these pennants, these magnificent swords and armour, and even this sturdy table, will fade from this earth. But one thing will survive, the tales that will be told of us after we are gone. Therefore, you have only one mission as a member of this table, to seek adventure and renown so that the world will always remember us and all that we have accomplished. Each of Arthur's chief knights stands at once, without further leave-taking, and calls for horse. Into the dark night they ride, eager to discover paths of greatness throughout the realm of Arthur and beyond.
There we go. That was supposed to start us. So, Wandering Hermit, they get discarded, and you don't shuffle these piles after you've started playing the game. When you need to shuffle them, you just flip them over again, because that way you can't have repeats in the same game anyway.
Yeah.
So, Rach, that's it for my turn. The encounter phase is the end of your turn. So, you pass the book. Status phase, movement phase. So you've got 3 movement points, same as me.
So I guess I'll head towards Michael Westy. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So draw an encounter card. And there are standees if you're not filming this bird's eye to play with normally. But she found a fairy.
A fairy.
You have found a vengeful fairy.
Oh, great.
2110. I just sit back while the passages get found.
Just try not to rock the table.
I haven't switched to it yet. Yeah, the camera that's showing the book is... We haven't got a good fixing for it yet, and it's very wobbly.
There.
You hear a whisper in your ear that sounds like a rasping voice singing an old tune, but you turn and see no one. Through the morning mist, you eventually spy a barren field whose crops have shriveled up and withered away, not far from a sleepy village. Standing alone in the middle of the field is an old woman wearing tattered robes. When she starts singing, you recognize the raspy voice again. You approach her, and when she turns to face you, you are momentarily disarmed by her hideous face. Your startled reaction makes her cackle unpleasantly. "What's the matter, little one?" she asks. "Haven't you met such beauty before?" "I think the people of that village haven't either, for they refused me welcome during my wanderings, and for that I'm about to exact my revenge. Just as I withered this field, so will I make the whole region barren, for that's what hags do, my dear, when they feel slighted. Care to join me for some merriment? You may join the hag in her mischief. You may try to defeat the hag by calling upon supernatural powers, or you may court the hag, hoping to soften her wickedness with your love." The asterisk, by the way, there's a little note at the start of the rules that say like relationships in the game. The default rule of the game is that anyone can love anyone. If something doesn't fit in the way like you want to have your character, anything with an asterisk, you can just skip. But here it's an option, so you just not even choose it. So what would you like to do, Rach? And why is it courting the hag?
I mean, it would be funny to find out what would happen if we courted the hag.
We?
Okay, if I courted...
Damien is courting the hag.
Oh, sure, let's go and court the hag, shall we? Although my romance is 0.
You can pick bad guy, good guy, or wild card.
Wild card.
Always wild card.
Okay, 1552.
So I switch, because the camera will go all out of focus and stuff, so I'll keep switching away from it. I think there are some... I haven't found any in our game of it so far, but there are, as the designer said, that there's Monty Python references in it, but they are they're more subtle to keep like the tone going, I think. I haven't noticed any yet. So I'm 1552. You are a creature without love, you say. Perhaps I can offer you something greater than hatred. You must use your ranks in romance to determine your success with the hag.
Okay, well, my rank is 0.
Yeah, so this is where there is no roll necessary. It's all due to how romantic you are. Though your outside is cursed, I will endure your hideousness for the sake of these villagers, you say. Let me rule your heart, and I will find a place for you in mine. The hag pauses in surprise, then cackles long and loud. No fool such as you will ever rule over me, knave. If I want your heart, I will simply take it. She approaches you swiftly, and you find yourself unable to budge as she presses her gnarled hand against your chest. Now go, slave, and do my bidding. You find yourself unable to control your limbs as a living nightmare seizes hold of you. Gain a rank of romance. So Rachel's got
Totally
one
weird.
as well. Become ensorcelled. If you are betrothed, gain a rank of villainy. So Rachel's become ensorcelled.
So, your will is no longer your own. Each time you make a narrative decision during your turn, choose another player to make that choice for you. You still choose which skill to use during quests and narrative result paragraphs. When you lose this status, gain a skill that you do not already possess.
Okay, so you will get a skill out of it eventually. So another thing that changes for the solo or co-op game, whenever it says another player is going to choose this for you, because I think the intent in the competitive game is if someone can make a choice, they're going to try and ruin it for you. So in the co-op game, you would always choose the best option. So instead of you getting to choose, there is a solo co-op deck that will choose like places. If you're ensorcelled, it will make choices for you. So it's going to be down to the roll of a die what Rach chooses for the next few turns. So put it on
0.
Put it on 0.
Yeah.
So that's it, isn't it? You've done all of your stuff. We move the round marker down. We're on to round 2. And I am just going to keep making my way by sea. 1, 2, 3. I can get there next time to my quest location. And yeah. I need to draw an encounter card, don't I?
You do?
Oh, it's another person. I have found on my seafaring travels an amorous king.
I don't know.
10:05. Always the way, isn't it? You go to try and meet the French delegation. You come across an amorous king. You're right on page 1.
Yeah.
Lovely. And that's as flat as it's gonna go.
Okay, I'll hold it. You cross paths with King Mark of Cornwall, who leads a band of knights in search of his missing wife, Queen Isolde.
Isolde. There is a pronunciation guide in
the.
I won't keep referring to it constantly because I don't know how to pronounce anything really. Isolde.
Isolde, you're alright. Sir Dinas, the noble seneschal, tells you that the Queen is suspected of treason.
Would you like me to look up Dinas and Seneschal?
You can certainly look up Dinas and Seneschal if you want, and then we'll carry on. But it's Dinas.
Dearness.
Dinas?
Dearness.
I would say that's Dinas.
Is that how you'd spell Dinas? D-I-H?
Yeah.
Okay. Dinas. I think Seneschal is Seneschal.
Yeah.
That's just a word.
So that's a type of person.
This is going to be team romance.
Sir Dinas, the noble seneschal, tells you that the Queen is suspected of treason and has fled with a companion to parts unknown. But there is more to this tale, my friend, suggests Dinas in a hushed tone. My lord the king truly loves his bride, but he has been filled with bitterness for some time, and I worry for the safety of my lady if she is returned. You may reunite King Mark with his beloved queen, or you may help Isolde escape Mark.
I mean, in romance mode, we should help reunite, but I'm going to help her escape.
Okay.
If she wants to go, she can go. Maybe I might fail. So Dennis.
Denise. Okay, it's over here. You... It's better if I don't touch it. You tell King Mark that you will help him find his missing queen, but you secretly search for a way to throw him off her trail. You may use diplomacy to convince the king to delay his search, or you may use nature law to lead the king's retainers in the wrong direction.
I do have diplomacy as well, but I've got 2 ranks in nature law, and I think I'll get more ranks if I keep choosing it. So I'm going to go nature law.
What number are you on?
Even though I have seen that it's harder, nature law. I am on number 2.
Do you roll as well?
Yeah, you roll.
Yeah.
That's what I need. I roll and add my nature law. The book says what I need. Oh, 8. Which is pretty good.
You set off pretending to look for the queen. After you've gone a fair distance, you stop to create a makeshift campsite. You then lay a false trail leading off towards a distant cliffside. Afterwards, you return to the king and tell him of the campsite, at which tidings he is overjoyed. He pays you handsomely for the news and sets off unwittingly toward a literal impasse. You laugh to yourself and continue on your way, satisfied that you have done a good deed for Queen Isolde, while enriching yourself in the process. Gain destiny 3.
3. So I've got 5 now out of 86 we need to win.
Get cunning.
I gain a cunning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because even though you have used nature law, you still helped her escape
I did a
him
cunning
by
thing.
tricking her.
Okay, so I've got 2 cunning then.
A rank of romance.
Lovely. Oh, still get romance.
Yeah. And a treasure.
Oh, a treasure.
Uh-huh.
I didn't get a treasure the whole last time we played. So my treasure is Carnwennen. Once per turn after rolling the die for sword and shield, cunning or hunting, but before learning the consequences of your roll, you may choose to re-roll. You must accept the results. Okay. So that's it for me. And my amorous king. Rach, are you going to keep going? Are you going to end up in Camelard?
I'll end up in Camelard.
1, 2, 3. Encounter time. Hopefully we'll see a place so I can show you that. There we go. It's not a place, it's like, I can't remember the name. The milieu, I think, is how it's called. So if you get one of these, you place it on the current age, and it gives you an entry based on the type of place that you're in. Rach is in a city, so she's going to go to 2205.
Hey, that's not far.
To see the strange beast in the city. So they're the 2 main types of encounters. There are also number of players plus 1 locations in the deck, and they will give you access to the special places. Oh. I've only done number of players, not plus 1. This is me reading. What is it, 2205? As you make your way towards the city centre, the fairness of the day is marred by cries of distress in the distance. You round a corner and encounter a strange flurry of activity in front of the citadel. A courtier nearly collides with you. Brave knight, he gasps. We are desperately in need of your aid. The Duke and his daughter are being held captive by a monstrous being. You ask the man to explain the matter from the beginning, and he tells you that the trouble started this morning. A foreign dignitary from the east arrived at the Duke's court with an unconventional and ill-conceived gift, a full-grown manticore. You've heard rumours of such creatures, and they are known to be as intelligent as they are cruel. The courtier further explains that as soon as the dignitary removed the manticore's ornate bridle, the beast mauled his chaperone to death, then took the Duke and his daughter captive, while the rest of the courtiers scrambled for the exits. Now the monster has issued an ultimatum. He demands to be recognised as the new ruler of the city. Furthermore, he requires a live human to feast upon daily, starting today, or he will consume his present hosts. You may burst into the citadel and attack the manticore, or take a subtler approach to deal with the monster.
Well, I know what I would like to do, but I don't have a choice.
Oh yeah? So Rach, you're ensorcelled. Roll your die.
Hang on.
Rach can, once
I
she's...
should have moved that down.
Yeah, once Rach is at her quest place, instead of having a normal encounter, she can have the encounter that's on that. But I think the starting quests are always have an encounter and have some extra stuff. So you roll a 2. The card tells us that 2 means choice number 1.
I wanted
You
choice
are
number
going to fight.
Oh no, I didn't want. I wanted to try. I was hoping that I could take a subtle approach and maybe mount it because I've got mounted.
No, the hag's spell is making you charge right in.
Okay, so 1, 8, 4, 9.
Fear not, you reassure the courtier. I shall free the Duke and his daughter at once. With that, you stride into the citadel and make your way to the safe, stately throne room. After steeling yourself, you shove open its massive oaken doors, revealing a dismal scene. The Duke and his daughter are sprawled on the stone floor, crudely bound and gagged. Despite the circumstances, the valiant maiden looks to you with a bold expression, and her courage fills you with strength. Beyond the two captives, draped across the seat of the Duke's sturdy throne, lies the Manticore, a huge red-furred lion with a man's face, a bat's wings, and a giant spine-covered scorpion's tail. The fiendish beast surveys the chamber with smug satisfaction. "Another guest," he declares in a gravelly voice, glancing up to acknowledge your dramatic entrance. The monster grins at you with a mouth that looks perfectly human, save for its 3 rows of teeth. Then he nonchalantly wags his stinger. You may use mounted to assault the Manticore directly, or you may use hunting to use your bow to slay the monster as you would a beast of the forest.
Okay, I'll go mounted.
So Rachel's got +1 in mounted. And you get 7, that sounds pretty good. So the location number is 2. You whistle for your horse, who obediently gallops into the citadel behind you. As you leap into the saddle and raise your lance, the Manticore's nonchalant expression changes to one of fury. The creature rises to its feet, arches his tail over his back, and launches a barrage of spines at you, each like a giant porcupine quill. With remarkable horsemanship, you push your horse down into a crouch and slide your shield in front of its head to protect the both of you from the thick spines. You then draw your steed back up and charge forward, and the Manticore leaps into the air towards you. Without losing speed, you plunge your lance into his leathery wing, causing the beast to tumble to the ground behind you. You draw your sword and wheel your steed about, then charge forward once more. A moment later, you fall upon the Manticore with such ferocity that you appear to your rescuees like an avenging angel. With your first swing, you cleave the monster's tail at the base, causing him to convulse in agony. Before your foe can recover, you wheel about once more and strike off his head. Without further delay, you dismount and free the Duke and his daughter, who introduces herself as Lady Audrey. The grateful Duke declares that a feast shall be held in your honour. By the end of the celebration, it is clear that your gallantry has won the heart of the brave lady. So gain Destiny 1 plus the location. So that is 3 Destiny. Gain a martial skill of your choice. Gain a rank of renown. Oh, you can choose, Rach, which of the 3 you would like a rank of renown in. So you can have another romance if you'd like. Have you? Oh, I think I've moved you. I've got 2 romance right now.
I'm going to take villainy.
Villainy?
Yeah.
You're going to be a villain?
Why not? I never go villain. Romantic villain.
Okay. A rank of renown. You've had a martial skill. So
Yeah.
Rachel's had a new one.
Sword and shield.
And then you have become beloved. So if you put that on the book. So beloved is a special kind of non-status. A beautiful person has fallen in love with you. Upon gaining this status, you must immediately decide whether to court the person or reject their love. If you court, become betrothed. If you reject, roll a die, and we'll see how they react to that. So this was one of the things that, like, if you're betrothed and you tried to court the hag, you would have gained a rank in villainy, because it's villains that are courting hags while they're betrothed.
I'm gonna become betrothed.
Okay. So betrothed is another, like, the asterisk means it's like a permanent thing. You have pledged your undying love to another. Each time you gain this status, immediately gain 2 ranks of romance. So Rach is on 3 romance and can now move 4 every turn. It never expires. And that's it for round 2. Round 3. I am going to go to my quest location, just move the one, and your starting quest is like when you reach Bennick, have a standard encounter, and then afterwards the princes receive your message. So I'm going to get a couple of bonus things for doing this, and then we get a main quest as well. After this, we get a random quest of random difficulty. So, what do I find in Bennick? A giant. What kind of giants? Lovely giants? A sorrowful giant.
I'm pretty sure we had a sorrowful giant.
Maybe. 1902.
We'll see if the encounter's the same. I don't remember now. That's fine. It's there. I popped it there.
Is she reading into it?
Yeah.
But when I read, I can just look at this monitor.
Okay.
It's too small for me looking over,
Okay.
craning over to this monitor. This one's closer to me. I got bad eyes.
You feel a sudden gust of wind, so you head toward a nearby hill to find shelter. Another gust of wind nearly knocks you off your feet. The wind seems to emanate from the other side of the hill, so you climb to the top and peer down. That is when you discover that the gusts of wind are merely the size of a lone giant. You ask the sad fellow what's wrong, and he looks up at you with tears in his eyes. That was the door.
The door. Can you let me out, Rach? I'm trapped.
We'll wait for him to come back. Got a little Santa mug.
Hello.
Hello.
What's been going on?
Thank you for leaving me all awkward.
You should have told the joke, Rach.
I showed off my Santa mug in a very awkward manner.
So what's been going on?
Uh,
Con's been issued a challenge. Oh yeah,
No,
we did have
haven't.
this.
We haven't read that far. We stopped at tears in his eyes.
Okay.
Hello, little one, he says. My name is Con, and I've been issued a challenge by Finley, another giant whom I've never met. Con sighs again, but you plant your shield in the ground to keep yourself from being swept down the hill by the blast of air. Oh, I know what you're thinking, little knight, Con continues. I'm a big lad, so why not just fight him? The reason is love. A long time ago I met a lady named Ain, the most beautiful creature I've ever laid eyes on. My fighting made Ain sad. She made me promise never to lift my fist in anger again. Since that time my reputation as a fearsome fighter scared off any would-be challengers, but no longer. I want to keep my promise to Ain, but if I don't face Finley, my reputation will be ruined. You may nudge Con into a battle with Finley, or you may help him keep his word to Ain without hurting his reputation. And I'm fully aware I may be saying her name wrong.
I'm going to choose again to help him keep his word without hurting his reputation. And I failed miserably when I tried this in our last game, so we'll see how it goes this time. It is pronounced Ornya.
Ornya? Would never think about pronouncing it like that.
Just watch the poll.
Yeah,
That poll's what the camera's on.
this one.
Shoot.
Yeah, but you need to zoom in.
Do I? Oh, sorry. I'm seeing this permanently. That's why. I've made it so I can just see that camera on this screen. It's messing me up.
I will do what I can to safeguard your oath, you say. You may use Mounted to fight on Con's behalf, or you may use Cunning to trick Finley into dropping his challenge.
Well, I have Cunning, so I'll choose that.
Okay, so roll for Cunning.
Roll me Cunning. I've got 2. Uh-oh. 1. Sorry, Con, I've probably let you down again.
There. You and Con head over to Con's cave and wait for Finley to approach. When the massive fellow arrives and demands to see Con, you tell him that Con is out hunting dragons and should return soon. Finley raises an eyebrow. Hunting dragons, eh? He muses. Well, I'll wait here a while longer and see if he's caught any. A sneeze suddenly erupts from inside the cave. What's that? Finley demands. He peers inside and sees Con huddled in a corner. Coward, shouts Finley. I'll make sure everyone hears of this. Finley laughs all the way home. Con covers his eyes and begins whimpering, so you slip away as quickly as possible. Gain cunning.
Sorry, Con. I tried. Again. So I've done my starting quest. I've had a standard encounter here. Afterwards, the princes received my message. So I gain a destiny and a courtly skill of my choice. I'm going to gain cunning again. So, 1 destiny. I've got 6 now. And so I've completed this quest. That goes face down, and you get a quest off the deck, don't you? So my new quest, it's a 1-star. So that's the difficulty of doing it and the kind of reward you'll get for doing it. Blessed Companion. A travelling hermit asks to accompany you and teach you about the kingdom of heaven. Setup. If you accept this quest, become atoning. If you don't accept it, or if you lose the atoning status early, discard this quest and draw another. If it expires normally, do not move.
So you basically got to let atoning tick down.
Okay. So what's atoning? What's the downside of it? Whenever you roll the die, roll twice and take the lowest result for 3 turns. If it expires normally, gain 2 ranks of divinity and lose all ranks of villainy.
And you'll do a little thing.
I kind of want a bigger quest. I don't want to roll twice and take the worst result. I'm going to have another quest. I'm not accepting it. Source Companion. Lost Dwarfs. I'll help you guys. 2 dwarf brothers have gone missing while on separate errands for their lord. Setup. Have another player place your quest marker on 2 different non-cities in Scotland. So to do that, we need the co-op things. So we don't need to roll for we don't need to draw the card for the region because we've already got that. So we want to roll terrain. That's going to be a sea space nearest to the city of... Oh no, we need the Scotland card, don't we? Because it's telling me a load of Irish cities there. We know the region, it's Scotland. So I rolled sea space nearest to the city of Benoit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be that one, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I need to do one thing there. And then the other one is in a sea space nearest to the city of Kate.
You can go there or there.
There we go. When you reach each location, have a standard encounter and then remove your quest marker. When both have been removed, turn to 1218. So that's my current quest. Yeah, this is, I think, if you pre-ordered it from WizKids or if you are in America, this is available and arriving. I don't think shops in the UK have had it yet. I haven't seen it on the release list unless I've missed it. It's coming soon, though, I'm sure. I'm sure they'll have ordered some. So that was the Tale of the Sorrowful Giant. Rach?
My Soul Sword is going on to number 2 now.
Oh, yeah?
Because I've only done 1 turn. So this is my 2nd turn since having it.
So are you going to your quest?
Yes. Let's hope it doesn't all go wrong for me.
So we're going to the City of Joyous God. It's a 3 difficulty.
So when you reach Joyous God, have a standard encounter, first of all.
Okay. Have a draw of 1.
It's a perilous cave.
So 2201. It's not actually going in and out of focus, which is quite nice. As you arrive at the city, hungry and weary from your day's journey, you see many folk gathered outside the main gate. The troll has struck from his cave again, I just know it, laments a townswoman. My husband's caravan should have returned home by now. My daughter had gone down the way to meet him, and she hasn't been seen since. Despite the dark hour and your exhaustion, you may investigate the troll's cave immediately to see if the creature is responsible for the missing townspeople. Or you may continue inside the town walls to the safety of a hot meal and a soft bed, hoping to learn more in the morning. Oh yeah, you can't choose, can you?
Here's what I'm going to do.
That is going to be, it's always going to be like this, 1 to 3. 4 to 6,
Choice
7.
2. So
Choice 2.
I am continuing inside the town walls to the safety of a hot meal and a soft bed, hoping to learn more in the morning. I'm not going to go straight there.
I think an easier thing to do for ensorcelled is it's always that.
Okay.
1 to 3 is choice 1, 4 to 6 is choice 2.
So 22.90.
We can't see that.
I know.
You are on the verge of collapse, so you make your way past the concerned townsfolk in the city to secure food and lodging. The innkeeper treats you well, proud to serve a knight of Arthur, but looks a bit preoccupied by the local troubles. In the morning, you awaken feeling refreshed. You arm yourself, ready to discover more about the perilous cave, but learn to your sorrow that the bones of the merchant and his daughter have already been found outside the troll's lair. The creature itself is long gone, perhaps out hunting for his next victim, filling you with guilty rage. You may remove an unwanted status card, become enraged. So I don't think you want to remove... Oh, you could just remove it now if you want.
Does that count as losing it?
I think so. Either way, you're going to lose it at the start of next turn, so it doesn't matter, does it? If once you get rid of it.
Skill I do not already possess.
And so you've only got so many slots in each of the things as well. Like if Rach was full on level 1s and she needed to gain a skill she didn't already have, she would instead get some destiny, I think.
I'm going to endure hardship.
Like if you've got a choice, I'll look it up if it happens. I think you gain some destiny instead of a level up, which is a bit rubbish. Although you do want points. You want level ups to help you do all this stuff though. So Rach is also become enraged.
Oh man!
You just left those merchants, Rach, to perish at the hands of the
tired,
trolls.
and I'm a villain, or trying to be a villain.
So what's enraged?
So you are filled with an unquenchable thirst for bloodshed. Whenever you face a choice that includes the option to attack, fight, or joust, you must choose that option.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm going to put them up now because I keep accidentally pushing them with the book.
So that's round 3 done.
Hang on. I just need to finish off.
Oh
my
yeah, you've got
quest.
your quest, don't you?
So gain a destiny.
Yeah.
Get a spiritual skill of your choice. I'm going to up my magic. Not that I've used it yet, but there we go.
Yeah. And that's it.
And
you get a
I
new
need
quest.
a new questy quest.
So new quest is, a level 3.
The Bridge of Death. You learn that a powerful treasure lies on the other side of a decaying bridge that crosses a perilous gorge. So place your quest marker on any mountain location.
That mountain location will be in Scotland, and it's the mountain that's closest to the city of Benoit.
That's not too far.
That's all right, really.
So, when you reach that location, you may attempt to cross the bridge by using a wilderness skill of your choice to a 5 power. And then you get something if you succeed. If you fail, one of your followers falls into the abyss, if possible. Oh, so you have to keep trying, but if you've got followers, you basically kill them off first. Okay,
so now we're on round 4. I've done this quest, haven't I? I need to go all the way up to Scotland. So the fastest way for me to do that will be to just go along the sea, won't it? I can still only move 3.
You have not left the sea, Sir Percival, really.
So, and it hasn't mattered yet because I've only encountered people. On my sailings, I have found a blessed hunter.
Ooh.
1503.
1503, where are you? Found you.
You hear cheers in the distance. Oh, is it mine?
It's my story time.
Right. It's on my screen, Rach.
You hear cheers in the distance and follow the clamour deeper into the wilderness. There, upon a tree branch above a small crowd, stands a young woman with flowing red hair, adorned with a crown of antlers. The girl wears finely tailored animal skins and carries a rune-carved bow. An elderly man in green and white robes at the back of the crowd sees you and whispers, "Brenna is the greatest hunter of all time. Her aim is flawless." At that moment, Brenna shoots an arrow in one direction, flips backwards off the branch, and, after firing another arrow mid-air in the opposite direction, lands on her feet. Moments later, two groups of men come rushing in from opposite sides, one group carrying a stag and the other a boar, each pierced by a single arrow. The crowd erupts into cheers. The old man turns to you. Some say that she is the daughter of Herne, the divine master of the hunt. We druids revere her, although some local priests feel threatened by her and have put a price on her head. The druid gestures towards stop making me laugh, towards 5 men in black robes who stare at Brenna with menace in their eyes. "Those men have followed her for some time," he says grimly, "and I fear they mean her harm. We must protect her at all costs. So you may agree to protect Brenna, or you may attempt to claim the bounty on Brenna's head."
Protect. I'm nice knight.
I'd find that hard because I want to romance and I want to be mean. Actually, I would. Well, they don't say fight, do they? Anyway, it's not my choice. You want to protect her?
Yeah. 1154. By the way.
1154. 1154. Where's it gonna be after 1153? I always go too far if I do that. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, it's there.
Up a bit.
Oh, yeah. "I'll do what I can to safeguard her from harm," you promised the old druid. "You may use endure hardship to act as Brenna's stalwart defender, or you may use piety to convince the men to leave the area peacefully."
I will use piety. I
Okay.
have 1 level in piety thanks to person beginning with M that I encountered. Muriel.
Take a roll.
Was it Muriel? No, it wasn't Muriel. 5.
What was her name? You've forgotten her name. Madeline.
Madeline.
5. What did you use? Piety.
Piety.
And what location number are you at?
2.
Stupid poll. You march over to the 5 men who are alarmed by your approach. "I know you were sent by the local priest," you say, "but it would be wrong to hurt this miraculous lady." The leader of the group tells you that her influence on the people is dangerous. "Some folk have already begun to worship the master of the hunt," he says. "That is blasphemy." You furrow your brow. Whatever the source of her power, murder is not justified. As you purge the world of what you do not understand, you will damn your own souls. Meanwhile, the priests who sent you will wash their hands of the matter, knowing that they did not directly cause her death. The men look uncertain and fearful. They agree to give your words some thought and shuffle away in silence. As you turn to depart... I'm wiggling the thing. As you turn to depart, the old druid steps forward and looks you in the eye before delivering a cryptic message. The fourth number of the druidic order is 1. Remember this. Write it down if you must. If it does not serve you in this life, it will in the next.
Remember 1.
Is the 4th number. I need to write these down because we were given some numbers last time we played and we didn't note down any of them.
Nope.
So that's not going to help us ever.
We didn't have much time.
No.
We didn't even get to finish the game.
That's true. So, gain destiny.
1 plus
3.
location number. So I've got 9 out of, 86 between us we need to have.
Gain a spiritual skill of your choice.
Spiritual, eh? Well, I haven't got any of that. Maybe we should keep getting piety. Piety, wisdom, magic.
I haven't even used magic yet.
Magic.
And 2 ranks of divinity.
Ooh. Some divinity, but unfortunately that's splitting
And
everything up, and I want to get to the next one so I can move further.
And you didn't get to romance, Brenna.
No, sadly not. Or would that have been an option?
No.
The other
No,
way?
it was not an option.
Okay. Rach.
You're a small fry in her eyes. She don't need no knight in shining armour. Okay. So I'm heading towards this place. So 1. So I could go in the forest. Either way, next turn I'll end up there. So I'm going to go in the forest rather than the sea, I think. Just because. Oh, take this down.
You can move 4.
I cannot.
You can.
Move is 3. I can move 4. City.
It's a bit easier, but it means the rewards will be a bit less, perhaps.
I'll go to the city.
Yeah. What, encounter at the city? So this is a special location.
Avalon.
So for better or for worse for Rach is just going to get a bit of introductory story to this and basically no encounter this turn. But if she goes to Avalon, she will have a super special encounter depending on the age of the game that we're in. That will make up for that, hopefully. So Avalon is... It's one of these. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's by Camelot.
Ooh. Well, normally at the end of an age you get teleported down there.
Yeah.
But I'm right by my quest. 2601.
In a dream, you approach the southern shore of Logres and listen to the seagulls call. As the waves crash against the coast, a spray of mist obscures your vision for a brief moment, and when the mist clears, you behold a dragon-proud ship approaching the shore. Soon after, a woman's soothing voice calls out to you. Avalon has need of thee, sweet warrior. Come hither. When you awaken, you feel compelled to answer the lady's summons. You are now permitted to enter Avalon. Place a destiny on top of the Avalon location card and keep it in front of you. So only Rach will ever get to go to Avalon.
I'm just popping it here.
I would say, James, there is tons of replayability.
I think we were just... It was very weird that we got the sorrowful giant again. But
and I've done it twice, and I've chosen the same thing and failed twice, so I don't know what the other result of that is.
I think even if you got it again, it might be different because you might have different skills that could help you.
It's just like, it just so happened that the shuffle of the people, the encounters and the features, because you only use a feature when you find a person in an encounter, that just lined up this game. That's the only replay we've had, and that's just bad luck. But so all of the other ones that go on here, they will be different depending on the terrain that you're in, and then different depending on the age that you're in. And in every single encounter, there's 2 choices after the first bit too that will show in. And like the locations, there's loads of them, and you'll get like number of players +1 in the deck. And that will be a different thing based on the age that you get to it in. I think there's loads and loads of stuff that can happen. There are thousands of things in this. Like, although, like, yeah, it's 384 pages, but each of those pages has got a ton of, like,
well, I mean,
bits of
you can
encounters.
see how many passages there are.
But
3,000.
some are just like tiny fragments. Some are great. Some, as you've seen, are great big stories. So, yeah, I think there's loads. Early on, anyway. We just had some bad luck repeating one. So that is the end of age 4, of round 4, which is age 1. So at the end of age 1, we need to gain destiny equal to the highest skill rank or rank of renown. So my cunning is at 4. Rach has got renown of 3. So that's what we gain. I get 4, Rach gets 3. And then gain a quest and a skill. So my quest, and so now we've got 2. I've got Kingdom of Destiny. Have another player place your quest marker on any city except Benwick or Orkney. It's going to be on
Glastonbury.
Glastonbury. Oh, there's Glastonbury. I could divert over there. When you reach the city, you may claim your kingdom using either diplomacy or by attacking with warfare. If you succeed, go to here. If you fail, you get to put one of these pluses on, which means if you try it next time, you'll get an extra +1 on it. But wasting a whole turn to do that. It is a 3-star, very difficult one. I'll probably save that till later. Rach. Oh, and a skill. Oh, so I could try and beef up my diplomacy and then go over and do it if I wanted. But so next time we will get points equal to the number of skills and renown that are at 3 or higher. Maybe I will up my diplomacy. Thinking of that in the future. I'm probably not going to run straight for it though. Rach, you've had your points. Your quest is. Sounds about right.
Resplendent beauty. Oh, thanks. You learn of a noble whose beauty surpasses all others, and you swear to seek the noble out. Of course I swear that. Choose a region and have another player place your quest marker on any city in that region. So can I choose a region?
Yeah, you choose the region.
Okay, Scotland.
Okay, let's get the Scotland card, and then we randomly choose any city. Could be the city that you're on. It is the city that you're on.
Wow, but you have to move, don't
I think you can stay where you are.
I think there was a penalty for staying where you are.
Maybe. I don't know, because you might want to. You might want to just stay where you want.
Oh yeah, in case I didn't cross the bridge.
Oh no, if you stay where you are, you can't have a standard encounter, but you can have a special encounter.
Like if you were doing your quest. So if I failed the bridge, I can still carry on that.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay, because I'll go and do the bridge first. So that is, when I reach the city, I must use a courtly skill.
Yeah, the special encounter is the location cards, something on a quest, or a status. You can stay where you are. So if you fail the thing that's on your quest, you don't have to move away and spend a turn doing something else and then come back.
Okay, so that's... So then I was going to... Because that wants me to charm the noble using a courtly skill. I was going to up this, so I had 2 wilderness for me this quest, but now I could up this and
that one is easier. It's only a 1-star.
I'm going to bump up endure hardship, I think.
Okay. So that's it for the Golden Age of Camelot. We move on to the quest for the Holy Grail. 2000.
We've been to the year 2000. I could have a bloodthirsty encounter with her and stab her. So that I'm the prettiest. That is true. I mean, look at Damien. She definitely would do that. Every knight of Camelot is invited to celebrate the Feast of Pentecost at the Round Table. Every knight may immediately move to Camelot if they wish. If you are imprisoned, lost, smitten, or unhorsed, you cannot move to Camelot at this time. I am not going to go to Camelot.
I think I would be closer if I went to Camelot, because I could maybe get on these boats to that, or I could go and try and do my really difficult one, which is right next to me.
King Arthur calls for the feast to begin, but his brother Sir Kay rebukes him soundly. "My lord Arthur," he growls, "at every high feast you have waited for some adventure to befall the court before we commence eating. Shall we break with tradition now?" "You are right to scold me, Kay," responds Arthur. While they are still speaking, the doors to the hall slam shut. Moments later, a golden chalice covered in a cloth of white samite appears and floats past the assembled knights. As it does, each knight instinctively knows the name of the wondrous artifact, the Holy Grail. Afterward, the Grail disappears, and a feeling of loss settles on every knight in Britain as the world descends into a barren wasteland. Every knight feels the call of the Grail and must respond in the way that guides them, whether to fathom the mysteries of the Grail, or to protect the ones whom they love in the absence of the Grail, or to rejoice at the departure of the Grail. So every knight scores destiny.
So the thing that I did, I skipped ahead.
In addition, every knight who's betrothed and has 0 ranks of villainy gains a rank of romance.
You shouldn't have gone villainous.
That's fine.
You would have gained a rank of romance.
Afterwards, the first player begins their next turn.
Okay, so just the downside of the quests is I could just walk over there and do nothing this turn. I need to roll 6 and I've got +2 on it.
That is unfortunate.
Otherwise, I'm 3 turns away from getting up to the easier quest. Let's give it a go. I'm not feeling good about this. This could just be the rest of the game for me. So, I'm the heir to a wondrous kingdom. I am trying to claim my kingdom using diplomacy, needing 6. And I've got +2 to it. Oh, okay, I get it. Brilliant. 10-16.
Well done. That's going to be near the beginning, so don't be silly. You need to flick through the whole book.
If you fail, you do get a +1 for next time, and they just keep building up, so you may end up wasting time here, but you will get it eventually, no matter what.
Double page.
Outreach.
That's one on this page and then a bit on the next page.
I did diplomacy.
Okay, we won't need the next page. You march boldly into the great hall of the palace and present your claim to the throne. The steward of the city doubts your words, but the people have heard of your famous deeds and are convinced of your sincerity. 3 days later, you are crowned the ruler of the land in a splendid ceremony. Gain 4 destiny and become a monarch.
Lovely. So I now have 17. So I need 43 to do half of it. And become a monarch. Not seen this before. You have become the sovereign of a mighty realm. Each time you gain this status, gain 2 ranks in your highest renown. If tied, you may choose. Romance. While in a city, if you are not beast form, whenever you roll the die, roll twice and take the higher results. This status never expires.
Nice.
Only in a city, but that's pretty cool. And that's my turn. Oh, I need to get another quest, don't I? Do you get a quest as soon as you've succeeded at one?
Or do you
Am I
have to
right
do
about
both?
that?
Is it when you've got no quests?
Because you get one at the end of the... I think you get one straight away.
Okay.
Completing a quest. Draw a new one.
Yep.
Oh, if you complete an advanced quest and still have one, you draw one if you haven't got one.
Okay.
Or at the end of an age. So I've still got the Lost Dwarves, I don't draw one. That's me then. Rach.
'Tis me.
So
Okay,
what-
take this down.
Oh yeah, are you going to stay where you are? Or move to the Bridge of Death?
I'm going to go to the Bridge of Death.
Okay.
I'll do that first.
So this is all on your... Unless you succeed, we're not opening the book.
So, wilderness skill 5. So I'm going to use endure hardship
Yeah.
to try and cross this bridge. Come on.
Nice.
Nailed it. So, 1,
You've only failed at one thing so far.
1, 3, 1, 8. Nearly. Double page again.
You look across the decrepit bridge and spy a great metal portcullis leading deep into the mountainside. Peering into the gorge, you behold bursts of flame and hear cries of spirits forever lost to the abyss. To protect yourself and your followers from such a fate, you draw upon your survival skills to manage the crossing safely.
Come on.
When you reach the other side, you and your retainers create a pulley system to lift the gate. After an hour of climbing down through the darkness, you behold a magnificent treasure, as well as a stone staircase leading to a secret exit from the mountain. When you emerge from the dark passages into the light of day, you allow yourself a brief shudder of relief for having survived such a perilous journey. Gain 4 destiny, a rank of renown, and a treasure.
Nice.
So which rank of renown would you like?
Villain.
Villain. Have you had the
4
first
destiny.
thing?
I'm going to take 5 and put the change back.
And then your treasure.
Oops. Excuse the head. Unfailing bow. Gain 2 ranks of nature.
That's nice.
Woohoo! Before rolling the die, you may discard unfailing bow to instantly succeed at a hunting skill roll. If you discard the bow, lose your nature law.
Uh-oh.
This enchanted longbow is imbued with the last hope of desperate lovers. I'm going to say I stole it from Brenna.
So that's round 5. On to round 6. I can move forward now.
I need a new quest. Oh, no, I don't. No, ignore me. Don't need a new quest.
It's still going to take me 3 turns to get anywhere. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go over here. I'm 3 turns away if I go through the middle or not, and I'd be on a 5 difficulty if I go straight up. So I'm going to go around. Ooh, I've found a location. Callanish Stones, which is in Scotland. It's where I'm headed. That's not too bad. So I'm allowed to go there. Probably what I'm going to do.
This one when it focuses. At night you dream that you are standing alone upon a rocky isle, staring out at the crashing waves of the moonlit sea. You watch the moon slowly descend from the sky until it rests before you, a brilliant point of light floating above the water. "Greetings," says the hovering moon in a deep resonant voice. "I am called the Shining One. You are welcome to visit my sanctuary in Scotland. The Callanish Stones will fill you with knowledge and power if you undertake the journey thither. When you awaken, you feel compelled to answer the strange being's summons." Put a destiny on the card as well. Yeah, you've done that.
Yep.
Okay.
Rach, where are you off?
I am going.
So you've done one of these, haven't you? You've done that one.
Benyoin.
You're going to do your other quest.
I'm going to go and challenge the Resplendent Beauty.
So courtly skill, you've got +1 and you need 4.
Hang on. Don't forget to do that. Tick my thing down. Oh.
2, 3, almost. So you get a plus for next time, but no story this time.
Can't believe it, guys.
Round 7. It's a quick round.
That is unfortunate.
I'm going to keep 1, 2, 3, 4. We're back on the ocean. And I have found some abandoned ruins. 2369.
2369. And yeah, I'd magically already chosen that page and then didn't trust it. Gotta get that top bit in. Sailing along a rocky beach, you spy a group of children skipping stones on the surf. Talking cheerfully amongst themselves, they occasionally gesture out over the waves to where an odd spire rises above the water. "Ho there, boy," you say, disembarking and approaching the oldest child. Why did I say disembarking? Disembarking and approaching the oldest child. I said, why did I say
I was going to leave it alone.
Disembarking and approaching the oldest child. "What is that spire yonder?" The youth smiles. "'Tis the kingdom of Ys, knight," he says, "or rather, 'tis the top of its highest tower. For hundreds of years Ys was a kingdom made up of one grand city. But not long ago a great disaster befell the kingdom, and it was lost to the sea. Now yonder spire is all one can see of Ys, without diving far beneath the waves." "But why do you play here?" you ask. "This beach feels dismal, as though the shore itself were mourning." The boy nods. "'Tis true," he says, "but Ys is an exciting place. We like to imagine what treasures are sitting there on a seabed. And also there is a legend about the sunken city. One day, 'tis said, the kingdom will be miraculously restored. And on that day, whoever is first to hear its bells ring out will become its ruler. You may sail out to the spire and dive down to steal treasures from the lost kingdom, or you may reflect on the lives of those who perished when the kingdom was drowned."
Let's find... I'm not a villain though, am I? Let's reflect. I'm good. So Percival's a good boy.
Oh, you're so boring.
I'm doing some reflection here.
Can't believe it.
You want me to dive down and steal it?
2, 5, 4, 6.
If that had been the first encounter in the game, I'd definitely have done that. But I'm divine.
Yes, Matt, but why did I say disembarking? That's what I said. I made a word up. Disembarking is what I said. What a tragedy, you say, frowning. So many souls must have perished here. You may use honour to make a speech to commemorate the dead, or you may use piety to utter a formal benediction for the departed.
I guess piety, since I've got the 1 rank from Madeline.
Sir Percival, preaching.
Yeah. 2. I'm guessing we need more
What
than
did
2.
you go for? Piety?
Yeah.
You offer a blessing for the lost inhabitants of Ys. Alas, the children on the beach spoil the moment by ignoring you and continuing to play loudly. When you finish, you gloomily shuffle back to your ship. Gain a rank of divinity.
Quite divine, you know. Shame. Quest time next time, though. Rach. So are you trying again?
Yes, of course.
So you've got plus
+1.
3 now.
So 1, 2.
Oh, Courtly. Put +2. And you need 4. There you go. So 10, 18, that'll be right at the front.
Well, Sir Tom Percival is trying to be pious for some reason. So
It's divine. He's a divine romantic. A lot of people said that about me. You have just entered the city when you behold the noble walking gracefully in the town square. The fair one's elegance and charm leave you speechless as you kneel with head bowed. Rise up, says the noble. I would have words with thee. Gain a destiny and a courtly skill of your choice and become beloved.
I'm gonna boost this up then.
Yeah.
And what?
And a destiny. So that's just a point. Oh, we got that. And then become beloved again.
Which I think I can use to become betrothed. Yeah.
So you become betrothed or reject.
I'm going to choose to court them.
Yeah.
And become betrothed.
So you've gained it again, so you get 2 ranks in romance. But you were already betrothed to another, so you get a rank in villainy.
Oh yeah.
Rach is a love rat.
I'm a villain.
So that's round 7. Round 8, I am going to finally get to my quest, Lost Dwarves. So when you reach the location, have a standard encounter and remove your quest marker.
Just
Rach needs
a
a quest.
Did I take this down at the start of my
turn? I think that should be gone now. Rach needs a new quest because she's done both.
I've quested away. Ancient treaty. A treacherous kingdom has rebelled against the High King. Have another player choose a region and then place your quest marker on any city in that region. So I can choose the city.
Your region is, and it would be pretty convenient if it was Scotland.
That'd be really nice.
It is Brittany.
Oh man.
Couldn't be further away. But we will get a chance to move to Camelot, I think, at the end of the
I will be heading
round.
to Avalon, so maybe I'll have time to do it.
So your choice of city is that one.
And I'll get to...
Rach, where is your enrage? Oh yeah, Rach has just lost it. Oh, is that what you reminded us of? It's a little delay.
I don't need that. So that means that when I get to that city, I can seek to enforce the King's Treaty using diplomacy or jousting the prince with mounted. Oh, I do have mounted.
Okay.
So let's hope I can make it there before the end of the game.
So I need to have a standard encounter at both these places. I should be able to this turn, next turn, turn after.
Mm-hmm.
Camelot. Okay. So you can when you get a second location card, you can choose to get rid of it and have another encounter. I think that's
But
only
you
if you've
can
got
have
two.
two, can't
But
you?
you can have two, I'm pretty sure. Does this count as a standard encounter? Like for my quest purposes?
I think so. Yeah, because you don't do anything else. Well, there's no limit to how many you can have. If you already have one, you may choose to put the new location on the bottom of the encounter deck and draw a new card to replace it until you draw a non-location card. You don't really want a TP down there.
No. Let's have a normal one.
So put that on the bottom of the deck.
Let's just go to Camelot.
I mean, you can. Just abandon Callanish Stones.
Yeah. No. Well, because I need to be here next turn anyway, and we're getting teleported at the end of this turn. I have found a lost rogue.
17, 15. Whoa, way too far.
Bottom of that page.
I know, but I can't get both.
No, you can't get both.
You come upon a disoriented young man who is jealously guarding a coffer of treasure. After assessing your trustworthiness, he says, "Good night, I was once a bad person, but I have since reformed my ways, and I am transporting this treasure to the castle on the other side of the wilderness. Alas, I do not know the way, and I am afraid that I shall be waylaid on the path. Will you escort me across? You may escort the young man, or you may rob the young man."
I'm pious. I'll escort the young man. I'm very trusted in my divinity.
He's dodgy. Why is he jealously guarding a coffer?
Seems dodgy.
How can you jealously guard something that is apparently yours? Okay, escort the young man. 1219. You agree to accompany the young man, and the two of you set off into the wilderness. Halfway to the castle, he wheels about and holds a knife to your throat. "I see you have fine possessions," he says. "Give them here and be on your way, or I'll slit your throat." You may use cunning to convince the rogue to allow you to join him against his next victim, or you may use endure hardship to fend him off.
My cunning is 4, so, and I can re-roll it if it's terrible. But 4's pretty good. I mean, that's 7. I'll stick with that. The location number is 2.
You point out several places where his ruse, though clever, could have been detected by an astute observer. You then inform him that you allowed him to ambush you so that you could help him improve his scheme. He listens to your advice, then invites you to join him on the next run. When a wealthy traveller comes by, the two of you repeat the story about the coffer and the castle, and the traveller agrees to accompany you. In the midst of the wilderness, you and the rogue knock the fellow out, split his wealth between you, and part company. Not so pious now.
It's my heel turn.
Gain destiny equals location, get a rank of villainy and a treasure, and lose a rank of divinity.
Uh-oh. So my treasure is the Shield of Epilogue. That's not the right button. Gain sword and shield.
Something's happened. Were they all on 2?
I don't know, Rich.
I think when we moved the book, things went wrong.
Endure hardship and piety. You may discard the shield to remove any unwanted statuses. If you discard the shield, you lose the ranks in those 3 things. Okay, that's my Lost Rogue adventure. I think in hindsight, maybe I should have just robbed him.
Yeah, but you were trying not to
make friends, then be nasty. Just be nasty to the nasty man. Rach, what are you up to? Because your quest's not here anymore, is it?
No.
So my quest there's done.
I'm just bowling about till I can get to Camelot. So how many can I move? 4.
4.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
You might be able to
Hang
get
on, I've
6
already been to
destiny here,
Camelot.
but it could be difficult.
Oh yeah, let's go there. Saras.
You might need a really high number to succeed.
1, 2, let's do it. Let's just do it.
Okay. You found
Uh-oh.
an enchanted knight.
Okay, I'll sort him out with my 2 magic. 1204.
Matt's confirmed they were on 2 each.
Thank you.
I'm not doing very well at getting skills to 3. Still only got 1. And I did say I have a renown at 3 and I've lost it.
1204.
If one of your plus quest markers, as well as story token 20... Well, we haven't had any story tokens, so no, none of that is true. You behold a spectacular pair of riders in the distance. The first is a slender female knight wearing the most vibrant armour that you have ever beheld. The armour plates shine a faint purple, while countless other colours swirl about their metal surface in patterns both hypnotic and captivating. Beside her rides a useful female squire, not older than 10 years, wearing a purple tabard and short cloak of the same hue. You call out to them, and they warily allow you to approach. You introduce yourself, and the knight nods in recognition of your name and deeds. I am called the Rainbow Knight, she says, and this is Squire Jewel. The young squire pipes up immediately. I'm her sister. The Rainbow Knight sighs with mild exasperation. You smile and ask what mission they pursue, and the Rainbow Knight grimaces. For weeks we have tracked the nefarious bounty hunter, Cedric Griffin, who stole a relic from Camelot at the behest of the Knights of the Prism. You ask Rainbow what she knows of this mysterious order of knights, and she shakes her head. I only know that they oppose the Round Table, and that they have long sought to recruit me into their ranks. You gesture toward her iridescent armour and say, for obvious reasons. But she takes no joy in your humour, nor does Squire Jewel, who crosses her arms and sticks her tongue out at you. Although my armour is indeed prismatic, its powers derive from Merlin himself, and not the chthonic lady, whom the Knights of the Prism serve, says Rainbow. But we have tarried here long enough. We know that Griffin and his knavish band are holed up in an abandoned keep just over this rise. We mean to assault them forthwith. With that she lowers her visor with as much confidence as she can muster, but you notice Squire Jewel swallow hard, after which she glances nervously from her sister to you, perhaps hoping that you will provide them with some support.
I'm supposed to have story token 27.
Oh, when?
If you have story token 27, go to 1158. Otherwise, gain story token 27.
Oh, okay, so keep reading. Well, they're in a bag.
Okay, so we'll get that in a minute.
Oh, so if this happened again.
Yeah.
If you are not unhorsed, you may offer to join the two in their raid, or you may suggest recovering the relic by more subtle means.
Gonna join the raid.
Okay, 1056.
27.
Perhaps I can summon my retainers and even our numbers against the bounty hunter and his minions, you suggest. Jewel looks to her sister and nods enthusiastically, and Rainbow agrees. You blow your horn, summoning your squire, yeoman, and other retainers to provide assistance. Your summons has likely alerted the enemy to our presence, says the Rainbow Knight. Let us strike now before it is too late. You may use mounted or warfare during the battle.
It's 57.
27. Numbers don't go that high.
That's because we went 56. That's why I thought 50. So I will use mounted because that's all I've got. So let's just do it. Rubbish.
You needed 9.
So that sucks. We knew it was going to be risky. We knew it was a 6.
Oh no, that's the you did well bit. You and the Rainbow Knight lead the charge with your companions close behind. The rogues rain arrows down from the old keep's parapet. Oh.
Not zoomed in.
You and Rainbow are each struck once, despite your best efforts to deflect the missiles with your shields. When you reach the keep's wooden door, Squire Jewel leaps from her saddle and rolls with astonishing grace. As she reaches the door, she rises and flattens herself against it. The mystic gem on her tabard glows a soft lavender, and soon the gate glows the same hue and creaks slowly open. Jewel tucks herself to the side while you and Rainbow dash within. Inside, you face Cedric Griffin and his chief henchman, Robert the Hawk, while your retainers engage the rogues who leap down from the walls. Robert the Hawk hurls several axes at you, each catching in your shield and weighing it down. As he throws his final axe, you raise your overburdened shield, but you move too slowly. The axe embeds itself in your shoulder and brings you crashing to the ground. Rainbow struggles against Cedric, her arrow wound slowing her movements. He kicks her to the ground beside you, and soon you and your followers are surrounded. Too long have you been a thorn in my side, Knight of the Rainbow, shouts Griffin. Slay them now! At that moment, Rainbow's armor flashes with blinding, multi-hued lights, stunning your attackers and providing you all with the opportunity for a hasty withdrawal. Through one of your closest followers is slain amid the chaos. Afterwards, Rainbow and Jewel thank you for your assistance. They report that they will wait until Griffin abandons the old keep before making another attempt to retrieve the stolen relic. Gain mounted or warfare. Lose an accompanied status marker if possible. No. Otherwise, lose a rank of renown, whichever is highest.
That somehow made me less romantic.
And that is round 8. So we move on to the final wars of Britain. We didn't have any Holy Grail mentions this time. 3000.
Into the year 3000. Should say entry 3000. It's the last one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm doing that. Every knight is summoned to Camelot to discuss the strife that has recently overtaken the land of Britain. Every knight may immediately move to Camelot if they wish, unless you are imprisoned, lost, smitten, or unhorsed.
Would you like to?
Yes, please.
I don't want to.
An aging King Arthur looks with sorrow upon his assembled knights. He speaks grimly of the enmity which has risen among many of his allied kingdoms, especially between Orkney in Scotland and Benwick in Brittany. Taking advantage of the chaos is Arthur's bastard son, Sir Mordred, who has accursed Queen Guinevere. Oh yeah, it's small. That's what I think. Look there, but I need to read it.
You can see the book.
Who has done it again. Who has accused Queen Guinevere of treason and invited the Saxons to invade Britain to help him overthrow Camelot. Battles rage throughout Arthur's realm, and every knight must answer the news in their own way, whether by attempting to restore the glory of Camelot, or by preserving the legacy of the good that they have all achieved, or by lending a hand themselves in the destruction of the Round Table. Every knight receives one call to arms card.
They're here. So call to arms, solo and cooperative. During the movement phase, discard this to move to any location except Camelot. You can't move again this phase. If it's in a competitive game, you also get the option of at the end of Age 3, before you read the epilogue, discard this to have an extra turn. We can't do that in solo.
Every knight scores destiny equal to the number of individual skills they have that are rank 3 or higher, and the number of individual types of renown they possess that are rank 3 or higher.
I haven't done very well at that. I've got 1, 2.
Well, I've only got 2 because I've got no skills that are 3 or higher. After scoring is completed, every knight draws a quest card and then gains a skill of their choice.
So my new quest is the vision. You see a vision of the thing you most desire in the world, be it sensual, holy, or unholy. Become obsessed. Have another player choose a region. So shuffle them up. And then you place it anywhere in that region. When you reach that location, turn to 1324. If you ever discard the quest, lose obsessed. If you ever lose obsessed, discard this quest.
It's Brittany.
Suppose I can use my call to arms later.
Questy for me.
Obsessed. You have become supremely focused on the task at hand. The longer you focus on your current task, the greater the outcome, either positive or negative. Only time will tell. This status never expires. After 4 turns, it stays on the 4 space. Reach. Quest.
The Knight of Swords. A noble knight invites you to visit his castle to meet his alluring heir. Heir?
It's got alluring hair.
It's late. I say late, it's not late. A noble knight invites you to visit his castle to meet his alluring heir. Have another player place your quest marker on any city in your current region.
So there's your region, and it's going to be on any city. So that city will be Cameliard.
Not very close to where I'm going.
Well, you've got to go. Well, you go to one and call to arms to the other, I suppose.
When you reach the city, you may attain the heir's love if you can control your passion for one night. I mean, this sounds like something I would do. You may resist your temptation using honor or wisdom. You may resist your temptation using honor or wisdom.
Right. What was all that? We've still got bits to do, haven't we?
Every knight who is betrothed and has 0 ranks of villainy gains a rank of romance.
Nope.
Afterwards, the first player begins their next turn.
Okay. So I'm continuing on to the sea. I think we've had like probably all of the people in like the first half, haven't we? Because we haven't had many of these cards. Uh-oh, it's a harrowing battlefield on the high seas. 2471.
As your ship sails along the coastline, your squire spots 2 fleets of warships up ahead that are engaged in a sweeping sea battle. As you peer into the distance, you see that a Saxon fleet is bearing down on a seaport further up the coast that is defended by the vessels of Camelot. You may choose to fight as an ally of one of the 2 sides in the naval engagement, or you may avoid the battle by casting farther out to sea.
Fight!
So 1032. As the Saxon invaders engage the forces of King Arthur, you choose a side and order your crew to sail to the aid of your chosen allies. You may use wisdom to offer guidance to your chosen allies, or you may use warfare to directly engage the ships of your chosen enemies.
Wisdom or warfare?
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, warfare was an obvious one.
I suppose. I thought we might storm them and do sword and shield.
Maybe.
Or I would use cunning.
You are on the sea, though.
Or I would use cunning to give some of the tactics. Yeah, but we'd board their ship. It doesn't really matter then, does it?
Well, it will matter for story-wise.
Wisdom? Because these things don't help with warfare at all. 4.
Your status and reputation as a knight allows you to approach your allies' command ship and offer tactical advice to the master of the fleet. The commander listens intently as you describe how to exploit the weaknesses of the enemy's ships. After a pause, the commander shakes his head, saying he respectfully disagrees with your counsel. He then orders his soldiers to carry on with his original battle plan, which eventually leads them to disaster. Fortunately, your ship retreats from the battle without suffering major harm.
Should have listened.
Gain a rank of romance or villainy.
Romance. Okay. That's it for me, though.
You need to tick your...
At what point did I get it? I think it happened at the end of last turn.
Yeah, it was in between
right,
there. So I'm moving to Avalon, please.
Yeah. So you're in the 3rd age, so the 3rd number.
So I'll just pop it there.
25. So super special location encounter.
25.
When you arrive at the southern shore of Logris, you close your eyes and envision the dragon-proud ship from your dream. When you open your eyes again, you behold the majestic vessel approaching the shore. You board without delay, and soon you leave the coast behind and are surrounded by mist so thick that you can no longer see the surface of the water. You fall into a deep sleep, and when you awaken, you behold an island obscured by silver clouds. A wondrous castle rises up from the pale vapours, and waiting before the front gate stands a woman with golden tresses that reach down to her naked feet. She holds up her hand in greeting. Welcome, fair knights, to the Isle of Avalon. I am Lil, the one who summoned you. We are preparing for the arrival of your liege, King Arthur, after his final battle. His sojourn here was prophesied when the world was young. You pause, astonished by her words. Has Arthur already faced Mordred in battle? You ask in dismay. Lil shakes her head. Nay, good knight, she assures you. But after the war, he will be escorted here by 4 powerful women, including his sister, Morgan Le Fay, who seeks forgiveness for her long antipathy towards him. Your liege will have suffered a devastating wound from which no earthly hand can restore him, but we will serve him here, treating his wounds, sustaining his life, and perhaps one day long from now, returning him home. You furrow your brow. Why have you brought me here, milady? You ask. Should I not be home preparing to fight the selfsame battle? Lady Lil smiles. We each have a part to play in the unfolding of destiny, and we require a knight of your talents to help us prepare for the king's arrival. Our healers need the assistance of a skilled herbalist or mystic to produce an ointment essential to Arthur's survival. In addition, our ruler, Lord Gwyngamar, fears that the Dark Fae will invade Avalon to ensnare Arthur's spirit, and we are woefully unprepared for such an incursion. We beseech your help with these tasks. You may help the healers prepare the mystic ointment. You may help Lord Gwyngamar bolster Avalon's defences, or you may undermine the efforts of Lil and Gwyngamar so Arthur's life will not be preserved.
Well, I mean, I am a villain. So I'm going to undermine the efforts of Lyle and Gwyngamar so that Arthur's life will not be preserved.
2709.
Maybe Morgan will fall in love with me if I do that and I help her out.
You consider ways to secretly hurt Arthur after he arrives in Avalon. You may use magic to counteract the maiden's healing efforts, or you may use warfare to sabotage Avalon's defences.
Oh, well, I've got 2 magic that's been in the bank since the beginning of the game. I've got no warfare, so that's the decision made for me.
Okay then, your roll.
Now, I need to really hope I get a good roll. If it all goes wrong, I might get in big trouble.
5.
Well, that's a bummer. That is a major bummer.
Yeah, that is not enough. Lil takes you by the hand and leads you through the marble gates of the opulent city. You soon come to a lush garden where 8 maidens work fastidiously to prepare potions and ointments. Lil departs, and 2 of the maidens introduce themselves as Glitten and Thitten. They ask you to review the ingredients for the master ointment that they will place directly on Arthur's mortal wound. You study a mix of herbs, both natural and otherworldly, as well as a mix of flat stones inscribed with runes. Glitten gestures towards the components. We feel confident that these are the correct ingredients for the master ointment, she says, but we are unsure as to the precise mixture of herbs and the proper arrangement of runes, and so far all of our attempts to heal a severe wound have fallen short. With Glitten and Thitten looking over your shoulder, you carefully manipulate the runes, so the ointment will only be effective on women and not on Arthur himself. However, Thitten realizes what you are doing and calls for help. 12 female knights burst into the garden and overpower you. Lord Gwyngamar arrives filled with wrath and banishes you from Avalon. We will dispatch you to one of our allies in the mortal realm, he roars, with strict instructions to hurl you in the darkest hole they can find. Gain magic, and you get moved to any city in
Ireland, Scotland, or Britain.
Scotland.
Oh man. Do I choose a city?
Yes, it says any city, doesn't it?
Okay, Edinburgh.
Or do I need to choose that with a dice?
I don't. Well,
it didn't say of your choice, did it?
Yeah.
The city is Benoit.
I've been there several times. Okay, and I become imprisoned. You've been locked up in a terrible place. You cannot move or encounter your location. Each turn is a special encounter. You may attempt to escape. A knight within one space if you may attempt your rescue as well. when I manage to escape, I will get a rank of renown. Oh dear.
Okay. Can I stop you there, H?
Mhm.
Because we need to go to 1218 because I did both the things on my quest for these lost dwarfs. I
When?
forgot that. The end of my turn.
Oh.
2 dwarf brothers have gone missing while on separate errands for their lord.
12:18, did you say?
Do you need me to come and rescue you, H?
No, no.
If you'd have gone there, I could have rescued you straight away.
You just want to look like you're really pious and rescuing people.
I am.
But we all know that you just helped somebody rob somebody else.
No proof of that. It's just a vicious rumour.
After searching the mountains of Scotland, you locate both dwarf brothers, whose names are Leopold and Alexander. They inform you that they do not work well together, and so each determined independently not to return home to their master after completing their individual errands. You offer to take one of them on as a companion, and they ask you to choose one of them based on their unique courtly skills. The other will return home dutifully to their master and inform him of the outcome. Gain 3 destiny. Become accompanied and place either a cunning skill marker, which is Leopold, or diplomacy skill marker, who is Alexander, on top of the card.
I think I'll take diplomacy because I'm better at cunning already.
Oh, poor Leopold.
What's it with Leopold?
Don't know, it's just a cool name.
That's it.
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. So, turn 10. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and have my encounter at the Callanish Stones, 25, 27.
Yeah, villainy didn't pay. You're right. 25, 27. My magic wasn't strong enough.
I've only got 25 destiny right now. We're near the end.
Yeah, I think we don't have a lot of destiny.
I put it on medium difficulty because if that's ever an option, I'm choosing medium.
You're in the way. 25, 27. It is midnight when your ship approaches the craggy shore of the Western Isles. The sea is wild and the sky flashes with ephemeral sparks of power. Your captain tells you that he plans to turn away from the shore, for the waves are smashing against the rocks without mercy. You command him to press on, for the Callanish stones call to you. As you draw closer to the shoreline, the captain gasps and tells you that the land is inundated with flood waters and that the sea carries inland for miles. You tell him to navigate past the rocks and follow wherever the sea takes you. Sailing inland, your ship eventually runs aground within sight of the fabled Callanish stones, a circle of 13 standing stones that surround a taller central monolith. You tell your retainers and crew to remain aboard while you don a cloak and make your way to the ancient sanctuary. Just as you arrive, a bolt of lightning strikes the central pillar, enveloping it in a shroud of rippling energy. The blazing current extends outward to touch all 13 of the encircling stones. Moments later, each outer stone changes its shape into that of a giant rocky person.
Rocky?
Amid flashes of lightning, you behold the colossal figures stretched their limbs until their outer layers of stone crumble away, to reveal fully formed giants, both male and female, waiting underneath. Afterwards, the central pillar transforms into a lustrous being in resplendent robes, who towers above the others. The radiant figure gazes down upon the 13 giants, then turns to you. "Greetings, mortal," he says, as the storm crashes around him. "I am the Shining One, and these are my children, once known to the world as the Nephilim, the first giants ever to walk the earth. 1,000 years have passed since all of us were free from our stone prisons at the same time." But this is not a joyous reunion, for the one who imprisoned us is in these petrous forms comes to annihilate us once and for all. Our survival depends on the strength of the world's greatest knight. That is why I summoned you. You ask the Shining One how you may be of assistance, and he turns to his oldest son, who bows and introduces himself as Methuselah. We have heard of your deeds, little one, and that is to your credit, proclaims Methuselah. We cannot leave this sanctuary, so the one who hunts us, Manannan mac Lir, a Fey Lord who commands the sea, can strike us from afar. We ask you to challenge this powerful foe. Will you aid us, worthy knight? That is not how you say his name. It's got that weird A in it again, look.
Manannan
I was
mac
close.
Lir.
I was close. I said Manannan.
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 Manannan mac Lir.
I will defend.
So you don't want to intercept Manannan mac Lir and attack him on his way to the stones?
I'm not good at just attacking.
So you want to remain here to defend the Nephilim and draw Manannan mac Lir closer to them so that they may engage him directly?
Yeah, I'm not going to not do nothing.
Okay. 2, 6, 6, 5. It'd be nice if it was on this side. It's not on that side. But I don't have to hold it just yet.
What?
I will stand by you against this sea lord, you say, and the Nephilim praise your courage. Out at sea, a flash of lightning reveals your divine foe, who approaches on a miraculous horse-drawn chariot that rides over land and sea. You are thankful that he is not a giant, but you shudder as you consider the power that Manannan mac Lir must wield to engender such fear among the Nephilim. You watch in amazement as his chariot hurtles across the surface of the water. He comes ashore and barrels up the plain, then stops a furlong away. Nephilim, he cries as the storm rises. Long have you escaped death for the evil that you wrought upon the earth. Today is the day of your reckoning. The Shining One raises his hand with authority and replies, My sons and daughters are not responsible for the actions of their descendants, the Fomorian giants whom you fought of old. Cease your wild hunt and let us rest in peace. Manannan mac Lir shakes his head with fury and prepares to attack. You may use endure hardship to stand guard before the Nephilim, or you may use honour to challenge Manannan mac Lir to a duel.
I've got 1 rank in endure hardship,
These
so
are
I suppose
always
that.
hard, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just.
Nice story.
Got no idea if
Rock
you've got the thing. I might roll a 6. There you go.
You did roll a 6. What did you use?
Endure hardship, because I had a rank in it.
Okay. You raise your shield and stride forward 7 steps. The Shining One extends his hand and blankets your shield in a white light to empower it against your foe. At the same time, Manannan mac Lir draws his bow and fires 3 arrows at the giants, but all 3 shafts swerve from their original targets and strike your shield, drawn to it like a lodestone. The Fey Lord rides in a circle around the sanctuary, firing barrage after barrage, but each time the arrows strike your shield. The force of each volley causes your bones to shake, and it requires all your fortitude to hold fast against the withering assault. Finally, seeing that you will not be overcome, Manannan mac Lir leaps from his chariot and strikes you with his sword, pounding your enchanted shield with such strength that you can barely stand. You carefully inch backward, drawing him toward you step by step, until you stand right before the sanctuary. At that moment, the Nephilim join the battle, smashing down at the Sea Lord with their adamantine weapons. Thwarted by their power, the Fey Lord leaps back upon his chariot and withdraws from the battle, returning to the sea whence he came. The storm ends and the seas recede. The 14 mighty ones kneel before you in thanks. What you have done for us will be told in legends to come, says the Shining One. Although your ship is now moored inland, we will transport you anywhere in the world that you wish to go. Take this artifact with our thanks, and know that you will always have a friend among the Nephilim. He hands you a precious relic and then makes a mystic gesture, after which you and your followers find yourselves transported to wherever in the realm you are needed most. Gain 5 destiny.
Nice.
2 ranks of divinity or romance.
Can I split them?
It says all.
What do I want for endgame points? Highest rank of renown. Let's have, just so I have 2 of something. Let's do that.
1 treasure.
The treasure is Necklace of the Lake. Before rolling the die, you may discard the necklace to instantly succeed at a courtly skill roll or a wilderness skill roll. Afterwards, gain 2 ranks of romance if used for courtly, or divinity if used for wilderness. Maybe that'll happen.
Lose pursued if you have it, which you don't.
I don't.
Move to any location on the map.
Sure you don't want rescuing?
Well, I'll end the game here if I don't escape. That is my just desserts, I guess.
Okay. So that was my encounter, wasn't it? Rach. So you've got to go to 2537.
We've got this. And it is on this side, which is handy.
Few things fill a night with despair more than the prospect of being imprisoned and unable to wander the world in search of adventure. You languish in your dread confinement, hoping that the opportunity to escape will soon present itself. You may use sword and shield to fight your way to freedom, magic to conjure a means of escape, or cunning to trick your captors. Alternatively, you may wait patiently for your allies to entreat for your freedom. If you do, your turn ends immediately and you gain a destiny and an endure hardship.
Well, I'm going to use magic, seeming as that leveled up when I failed to use magic. So I've got magic 3. Wowzer. Why couldn't I roll that before? Okay, magic.
You recognise runes carved on your prison wall and are able to activate them in the right sequence to reveal a secret passage. You wait until nightfall to vacate your cell. You then recover your possessions and retreat joyfully away under cover of darkness. Gain destiny, 1 plus the current age, so 4. A spiritual skill of your choice, and lose imprisoned.
Spiritual's blue, so I'll up my magic.
Yeah, you want something to be as high as possible.
And then I will... Well, I want to up villainy, but I feel like I need to up romance because that is my biggest one.
Okay.
Because that...
when you lose imprisoned, you gain a rank of renown.
Just to say why I'm doing that.
So, round 11. There's nothing else, is there?
No, that is my turn.
Round 11. And I am going to... Oh, wait a minute. When I got transported anywhere, I'll go not on that space, because otherwise I can't encounter it, can I?
That is true.
So, I will now go there. So, the vision. You see a vision of the thing you most desire in the world, be it sensual, holy, or unholy. 1, 3, 2, 4. And this is something I'm obsessed with.
Have you ticked that down?
Yeah, I've just done it.
Yeah. 1, 3, 2, 4. Oh, that was weird. You wandered the king's lands as if in a trance, desperate to achieve the object of your desires. When at last you arrive at the place depicted in your vision, you are filled with a sense of purpose, and you know that reaching this location is an omen that you will realise your destiny in the fullness of time. Roll a d6 and add your obsessed number to it.
Are you sure we don't tick them down?
No. You become more obsessed.
Okay. Yeah. Okay then.
So what have you got?
7.
Okay, and then it says... I've lost it now. Divide the result by 2, round down.
So 3.
Gain that many destiny points.
Yeah.
Get a rank of renown and lose
Romance. I'm the most romance.
Lose obsessed. Okay.
And so now I need a quest.
Questy quest.
Let's see. I've still got my call to arms, so I could go wherever it is, really. Visit to the underworld. Have another player place your quest marker on any forest.
You're going to the other world, not the underworld. It's a different place.
So I've got one chance to do this, basically.
Yeah, we have got call to arms. Have you used it?
It's in Cornwall.
Yeah.
Forest closest to city. Number 3.
Tintagel.
Oh, there's only one forest in Cornwall.
Okay, well
There you go. Well, I can get to there without using the call
Easy.
to arms. Although it doesn't make a difference really whether I use it or not, does it? So I can do that to have a special encounter there. Or is there something? Let me just have a quick peep at the epilogue. Don't we get something for being in Camelot at the end? Everyone in Camelot scores 3 destiny. Just saying.
I'm not making it to Camelot, I'm telling you that now.
You still got your call to arms, don't you?
Yeah, but I've got 2 turns. I can make it to number 2 quest.
I've got 33 right now.
And then I can use my call to arms to get to Brittany to do my other quest.
So it's your turn.
So I will
Walk to there.
move to Camelot.
Yeah.
And I will do the Knight of Swords. When you reach the city, you may attain the heir's love if you can control your passion for one night. You can resist temptation using honour or wisdom. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. I need a roll of 4. Let's just do it. I'm going to say wisdom because I got no honour.
4?
Done it. If you succeed, turn to 1209. Woohoo! That was a lucky roll and I used wisdom. 1209, 1209.
What did you do? Wisdom.
I used wisdom.
The night's progeny is passing fair, and you spend the night in a luxurious bedroom adjoining the room to the fair one. You resist your passions during the long evening by meditating on your spiritual self until sleep finally consumes you. When you descend the stairs for breakfast, you behold the object of your affection in the morning sun for the first time, and you know that your efforts were not in vain. Gain 2 destiny, wisdom, and become beloved. So are you going to be betrothed again, Rach?
I will be betrothed.
So you gain 2 ranks in romance and 1 in villainy.
Oh yeah, 3 people I'm betrothed.
Did you get anything else from your quest? No, that was your quest, wasn't it?
That
that's
was
done.
my quest.
That's the end of round 11, and we are in the final round of the game.
You know when we go to our special places?
Yeah.
And there was a destiny on top of it. Do we get that destiny even
Yeah.
if we fail?
Just for going there, I think.
Okay.
So hunting is wilderness, isn't it? I can instantly succeed and gain 2 ranks of romance. I'm already at the top of romance, but I'll do that. So where's this? I don't need to use I'll use my call to arms, or I'll just walk there. So my visit to the other world, you can seek it using magic or hunting. I'm going to say hunting because that's wilderness, and I'll discard this to instantly succeed.
You know when you gave me 2 ranks of romance?
Yeah.
I didn't have 2 left.
Yeah,
Do
we
I
got
get
1.
a destiny?
Oh, actually, let's have a look. So maybe I should have done that last time I had a choice. If
I'm
you
just
do, I
swapsing
can't
them
remember.
ones for change.
When did you tell us about that? Book of Tales. Book of Tales. Rewards. Ranks of Renown. If you've already achieved rank 6, get a Destiny instead. So maybe instead of moving up twice on that, I should have moved up. I would get 2 extra Destiny, wouldn't I? Because I'm already at the end. Because we want points, don't we?
Yeah.
There's no points for getting several. Well, there is. No, it's just the highest one, isn't it?
Mm.
Highest one is worth points now. Before it was everyone you'd got to 3. Same as like skills. If you get your skill
To max.
to already 6, you get a Destiny instead.
Okay.
Or if like your 1s are full and you would get a new skill, you get a Destiny instead.
So
11:22.
11:22.
Using my magic necklace, I'm going to visit the other world.
What
Hopefully it's worth more than 3
What did you
Destiny.
pass on?
Hunting.
Zoom in for me, please. This is the one.
Okay.
After journeying across the lands of Arthur to reach the rumoured forest, You discover the footprints of several elfin creatures and track them through the woods. The trail ends in a clearing where you uncover several gemstones buried in the ground. After pressing the stones carefully, you hear a faint thrumming sound. When you look up, the gate to the other world appears, inviting you to embark on a marvellous adventure. When you return from your otherworldly exploits, you emerge in a new part of the realm, gain 4 destiny, and move to any location on the map.
Nice. So that'll get me another 2 destiny.
And you could move to Camelot.
That's what I mean. That'll get me another 3, won't it, at the end? Lose pursued. I'm not pursued. Always thinks I'm
And
pursued.
you get a new quest as well if you want to get one just for the fun of
at
it.
the end. I can't do it.
Okay. So I'm going to use my call to arms.
To go to Camelot?
No.
To go to
You
your
can't
quest?
use it to go to Camelot.
Oh, can't you?
No.
Oh, everywhere but Camelot. Wait. Oh, yeah, and you can't move
again. This is the 2 points, isn't it, then?
Okay.
So I'll
is it
move
with?
to... No, I mean, you're basically getting 2 points by using this if you could move to Camelot. So I will do Ancient Treaty. When you reach the city, you may seek to enforce the King's Treaty by either using diplomacy or jousting the prince with your mounted skill. And I will joust the prince with my mounted skill of 2. And I need a 5.
Come on, Rach. You get one?
Done it.
1124.
1124, right there. Don't even have
What
to
did you
turn
use?
the
Mounted?
page. Mounted.
When you and your retinue ride up to the gates of the rebellious city, you demand that the prince return to the treaty or face the wrath of King Arthur. The prince scoffs at your words, and so you challenge him to a joust. Unable to look weak in front of his subjects, the prince agrees. The following morning, you overthrow the prince in battle and force him to yield. You spare his life on condition that he swear an oath to preserve the treaty, and the sorrowful prince acquiesces to your demands. Gain 3 destiny, a martial skill of your choice, and become esteemed.
Marshall's red.
And become esteemed.
If it's even worth it, we'll have a look at it. Esteemed would be you perform some great service for the mighty. Whenever you succeed at a skill check in a city, get a rank of renown.
Nice.
Wowzer. Okay. Only for so long, though.
And so it's straight to the back for the epilogue.
Dun, 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 dun. That's the end of the story. Cue credit music.
If you just leave it there, I'll...
Okay. Perfect. As the sun sets on Camelot, many knights of the Round Table seek to complete their final quests, while others return home to assess the future of the realm.
We're not competitive.
Every knight at Camelot scores 3 destiny.
1, 2, 3. Hey, Monica.
I didn't.
1, 2,
I'm
3.
not at Camelot.
Oh.
The noblest knights of Britain are honoured according to their standing among their peers. Every knight scores destiny equal to their highest rank of renown. So 6 each.
Nice. I think we might do this.
Wow. I'll put mine on me. I'll put mine here.
Yep.
Okay. In addition, every knight scores destiny equal to their highest skill rank or the number of skills they possess that are ranked 2 or higher, whichever. I suppose we'll choose the highest
so
one.
I've got one at 4, or I've got 3 that are above 2, so I'll take 4.
Oh yeah, so I'll take 4 because I've got 1 at 4. Have we done it?
Yeah,
We have.
so start taking from the other pool now. Yes, Monica, this is the epilogue.
Yeah, we are literally at the end.
So we're at the scoring bit.
Can you please zoom back in for everybody's pleasure? Count up the total ranks of renown of each type that have been achieved in aggregate by all players. Then read the epilogue paragraph below that corresponds to the type of renown with the highest total ranks combined.
So it's going to be romance.
Romance, because we are romantic.
There's 12 in romance.
So, romance, which is there. After the dust of battle settles, the people of Britain rally to the cause of chivalry and rebuild Camelot. Although King Arthur has departed the realm, the new Knights of the Round Table forever await his return. Every knight with 6 ranks of romance scores 3 destiny.
Nice.
1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, sorry. 2, 3.
So we needed 86. We've definitely done it because we've emptied the pool. How many have we got? I've got 20, 30, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10. And there's another 5. So I got 20 more. So there's loads more for like higher player count games. We just built a pool. Oh, there's a 5. 10, 20, 30, 40, 55,
65, 75, 85, 93.
93. So we got 6 more than we needed. I don't think that would quite have been hard. Because I suppose, like, you could just do it. Just count up your destiny and then see whether you got good or really good. 96 you need to be a champion.
Ooh.
And yeah, depending on the number of players, the pool gets bigger. But we succeeded at night or medium difficulty.
We did it.
So solo is similar. You use the cards to decide where things are going when you would ever place things, and the pool is smaller. And you can just play it competitively.
I have 5 skills at 2 or higher. Oh, I thought it was higher than 2.
No.
So I should have 1 more because I wouldn't have taken 4.
Okay.
Thanks. So we would have done champion.
No, that's 96.
Oh. Okay, take that.
We've got 94. We're 1 closer to doing it. So
Thanks for that.
that is Knights. The Tales of the Arthurian Knights. And just a bit of it. You can also add these grand quests in. There's a few for each age, and you get a random one each age, each game. And they can be a thing like on a particular location you can go to, and everyone can make a test. And once everyone's got a certain number of once between us we've got so many successes, it gets resolved, and everyone that contributed gets like a treasure or something like that. You can add those on as well. It means that like you're not getting a story in that turn, but you can be getting pretty nice rewards. You got treasures and things, didn't you?
Yeah, there was treasures. Everyone that did it got a treasure.
Yeah.
And you do get some.
And there's like an extra story bit as
points.
well. And depending on like where you go and when, I think that in our 4-player game of it, a lot of us went to locations in Age 2 and got quite a bit of stuff about the Holy Grail. We never found the Holy Grail, but we
got some numbers, but then we didn't record them.
So also, I don't know how you get this if you didn't pre-order it. These were with it in Essen, but there is also like, presumably you can find both the Holy Grail and Excalibur on your travels. We have not found them yet, so they haven't really left this box. But one day, maybe.
Well, we know that the 4th number of some sort of cult thing is 4. No, the 4th number is 1.
I wonder if eventually like it'll give us a code and we need to look up that number or something. But
That's
when
what
would
I
you do
mean.
it as a special encounter?
As an encounter, you probably have to go somewhere and it comes up in here.
Maybe. That would be cool.
But we didn't save any of the numbers from last time, and I think pretty sure we got 3 clues for the Holy Grail.
Maybe.
We didn't save any of them.
Oh well, we'll keep an eye on it now. We know one, we can always look back on this and definitely remember it, of course. But there we go. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's it for this week. Well, it's not actually, because on Patreon, the first episode of Freedom 5 is coming up. It has been edited, and yeah, it'll be uploaded and available to you on Sunday. If you're not on Patreon, hey, you could join on Patreon. It's how I'm able to do stuff. This isn't sponsored. Freedom 5 is not sponsored. But if you're not on there, then it'll be on the channel the week after, the Sunday after, which is just before Christmas, isn't it? And then it'll probably take a break of a week or so because Christmas stuff's happening. The top 10 of the year has to happen. We've got to decide on that.
Uh-oh.
And are you going to do a top 10 this year, Rach?
No.
Are you going to do a top 1?
No.
We'll see if Rachel do a top 10. I think she'll...
I will not do a top 10.
What about you update your top 10 games of all time?
Absolutely not.
It's been 5 years.
No way.
4 years.
No.
Maybe what with enough votes, with enough patrons, Rach will do another top 10.
If the patron gets to a bazillion people, Patreons, then maybe
There we go.
bazillion.
We can make it happen. So there's a chance.
A bazillion.
So we will.
Tell everyone you know.
Hopefully, the plan is we'll see how this goes, but the plan is to be back streaming next week at a slightly earlier time and doing the other storytelling game that got the exact same number of votes as this.
Was that the plan? This is a plan that I was not told.
Yeah, but we'll see because it depends on Rach's availability and mood.
Well, Friday is my birthday.
Oh yeah,
So
we
we
probably
won't be on
we won't be live
Friday.
on Friday then.
It won't be Thursday. So I don't know when it will be.
Oh yeah, so news to be announced about this because we'll see if and when we can do it. But yeah, that'll be one of the things. Maybe we'll just have to record that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what live will be next week because it's like it's probably the last live for a few weeks.
You can still do a live on Thursday. I'm just not around
Yeah.
Thursday.
We'll see anyway. Right then. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Have lovely Fridays and weekends and that. And I'll see you, well, on Sunday on Patreon at some point elsewhere. And yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.